Hello, Champagne Dreamers. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Miss J, the trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And for this video, I am trying something new. I am super excited. I have been playing around with some new software called Camtasia. And with this software, I can actually do screen record videos. So I remember a couple of months ago, I know I'm always behind the curve, but a couple of months ago, everybody was doing this Sephora cart challenge, Sephora cart shopping experience, whatever you want to call it. But they were going and saying, if I had $1,000 to spend at Sephora today, what would I buy? Of course, right now we're looking at the homepage of my website, janessaj.com. But in just a moment, we're going to head over to Sephora and see how we would spend $1,000. So if you're excited to see what I would buy with my no strings attached $1,000 at Sephora, go ahead and stick around. We're getting into it right now. All right, so here we are on the Sephora main page. I'm not signed into my account. I am still new at this and I don't want to accidentally give away any like secret private information. Really, I'm just ashamed of how much money I spend every year at Sephora, but I'm just going to go and I'm just going to look through. And so I'm not going to get tailored recommendations because I'm not signed into my account. So they don't know who I am. They don't know what they think I'm going to be looking for. So I'm excited to just kind of look around. Although they are already serving me up something that I know I'm going to want right here on the main page. And that down here is the Huda Beauty Full Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. I love this foundation, and I'm surprised because I don't usually love anything that's got argan oil in it. Usually, if I look at argan oil, I turn into an oil slick. But I love this foundation, and I am almost out. So I'm going to find Cheesecake. I don't know why I'm looking in the palest of the pale. Girl, get it together. I should be right around 220 maybe? No, let's see. You're embarrassing yourself. Did I miss it? They didn't discontinue my shade, did they? That would make me very sad. Oh, 250G cheesecake. And since we've got $1,000 to spend and it's now my money, we're going to buy two of these just because I really do like this. All right, so we've spent our first $80. Let's go ahead and I'm going to get my other favorite foundation. I really do love the All Nighter foundation. I think it's beautiful. And I'm going to go ahead and I am shade 3.5, light with subtle pink undertones. And I'm going to get two of these as well. I've been using a lot of foundation lately. I've been doing more YouTube videos. I've been doing my Face Friday posts. So I've been working through a fair amount of foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and add two of those. So we are $160 in. And now we're about to spend even more because what I want to do, let's look up Natasha Denona. Oh, Natasha. Now, I talked a little bit in my Sephora VIB sale haul video about how I feel about some of these brands, and Natasha Denona is absolutely one of those brands that sometimes I feel a little bit maybe too, sketchy. I'm a trashy queen. Maybe I shouldn't be shopping from this brand, but you know what? Again, this isn't my $1,000. This is some imaginary suitor that's given me money. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to do some shopping. So the first thing that I want to pick up from Natasha Denona, I've been looking at this mini Zendo. Now, obviously a little $25 mini palette. I will probably buy that on my own, but since we're shopping and since I don't have it yet, let's go ahead and add that to the basket. The thing that I was coming here for, though, is this one, the Trio Chrome. I watched a couple reviews of this and I don't know, $129 when only three of the shades are that multi-chrome, trio chrome, and the rest are just mattes. I don't think that I will buy this on my own unless there's some big sale. If it goes to half off, it might be worth it to me, but I just didn't find them to be that impactful. There are so many great indie brands that have better dual chromes, trio chromes, multi chromes. And so, unless it goes on a super sale, I'm probably not going to pick it up. But we're not spending my money. How many times can I say that in the video? So there we go. We are at $314. Let's go ahead and close out of this. And it's almost Valentine's Day. So let's pick up this Mini Love palette. I picked up the Love. Oh, it's not in stock yet. Oh, this is another one that's probably going to end up in my collection. This one and the blush palette. I have seen a lot of reviews, so a lot of people must be getting this in PR because it looks like it is not here quite yet. Or maybe it's available on the Natasha Denona site. It could be available there and it just hasn't made its way to Sephora. But I can't pick it up today because our $1,000 is for Sephora. Is there anything else in Natasha Denona that this is another one that if I'm spending somebody else's money, I would pick up, but they don't have the green brown palette at Sephora anymore. I'm not sure why. This one is beautiful, but if I was going to buy one of these ridiculous like $239 eyeshadow palettes, I would get the green brown. So this is not one that I would pick up, and I'm not going to put it in the cart today. And I'm guessing that this is not in stock yet either. Nope, but look at how pretty that is. I love a good embossed cheek product, eye product. Oh, and I love the little sparkly in the cover. I loved it in last year's blush palette, and I'm going to love it again. I think it's beautiful. So, all right, I think that's it for Natasha Denona. So let's go ahead and let's look up some Pat McGrath. All right, so Pat McGrath is another one of those brands, and I'm really tempted since I'm not spending my own money to get one of these $125 eyeshadow palettes. I really am so tempted. I'm really tempted by this one, the Bronze Seduction. I think that's beautiful. The Sublime with that green. We know how I feel about greens. And then, is it the Divine Rose or the Divine Rose 2? The one with that duochrome shade, multichrome. Yeah, the Divine Rose 2. Oh, this is so tempting. And the more that I shop, the more I feel like I don't need this palette. I just don't. But it's so beautiful. Oh, well, this one is currently not in stock. I think because it looks like they've got the pink packaging on this. Let's go into the actual page because I know that there was a limited edition pink. Oh, see, that makes it even. I love special edition packaging and I love pink. That makes it even more tempting for the real world. But I think all of my playing with Pat McGrath, and I've talked about it in a couple videos, it's kind of convinced me that I don't need a $125 palette. And right now I can't add this one. We're not having much luck with some of these things, but I could add this one, and I have looked at this. Should we do it? Let's add it to the basket. What does that bring the total to? 439. So we still haven't spent even half of the budget. So I'm okay with that. We're not going to buy any more of these $125 palettes, but I think that's good. So let's go ahead and peruse the brands A to Z. Let's see what else we've got going on here. I, to be honest, sometimes forget about some of the brands that are at Sephora just because I have shifted so much of my shopping to Ulta. I really am an Ulta fan. And you'll have to let me know if you like this style of video. Let me know if you'd like to see what I would spend with $1,000 at Ulta. I'm really having a good time playing with this software. I use it for my big kid job as well. I said I was going to browse through the brands, and then I remembered that Sephora has a lot of fragrance. And fragrance is one of those things that every once in a while I will treat myself to a really nice fragrance, and I have some favorites, but I don't always spend a lot of money on fragrance. It's got to be something where I'm really trying to treat myself. Makeup, I'm much more likely to just drop some coin on a new eyeshadow palette or a new collection or something. But let's go ahead and start with Chanel because it's classic. My friend Angie, my cinematographer, always makes fun of me and says that it's very old lady, and I don't care because I will love it forever. And that is Chanel number 5. It's so beautiful. I love it. So let me see. We've got a 1.7, for 108. We've got a 1.2 ounce travel spray for 82, or we've got a 3.4 for 138. So 108 for 1.7. This is a much better deal. Obviously, we're going to go for that. And these are all the eau de parfum, right? Like it's not, yeah, it's not like I'm not an expert by any means, but since they're described the same, let's go for the biggin. All right, we're at $577, and let's head back to the brand index, and let's go to some Dior, because the other thing that I love are Dior perfumes. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't see that. This should have been easier. Let's see. We've got a lot of Dior makeup. Nothing in the Dior makeup line really, it really interests me very much. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna go, so benefits, bristle type, color family. No, I want up here, fragrance, thank you. So my favorite fragrance in the entire world is Addict by Dior. I absolutely adore this. So no question, we're going for the big one. I love it because there's so many things that smell kind of similar, right? There are so many things that smell like, you know how there's like the water scent and there's the wood scent and there's, that cotton candy hooker smell that all of the celebrity perfumes smelled like for a while. This smells like nothing else in the world. It's got like baby powder and pepper, and it's just a weird, beautiful, intoxicating mix. So I absolutely have to have that. And I could easily buy all of the poisons. I love the poisons, but the original poison, don't sleep on that. She real good. I like that. They only have one size here, and it's $62. I love poison. I think it smells like a French prostitute, but like a fancy one. And I want to smell like a fancy French prostitute. I just do. I just do. So we're going to add that to the basket. Okay, we've got about $226 left. Oh, let's see here. Let's go into the makeup and let's just see what they recommend to me. I can be drawn in by what's new and fancy. So let's just kind of look. Oh, there is a new Violet Voss. Let's have some real talk about Violet Voss right now because I get sucked into Violet Voss a lot. I feel like I buy a lot of Violet Voss, but I feel like I don't use a lot of Violet Voss. Now, this is pretty. This is a really pretty. This is the tie-dye 4. That pink spiral coral twist. That purple is pretty. That green. And then a matte green. I think that I would add this if it wasn't for this bottom row. I think that these just remind me, like, you have so many rainbow neon bright palettes that these are lovely, but you don't need them because you're just going to get all of these like awful neutrals that you never use. These are really pretty. Those greens are gorgeous. But no, we don't need it. But let's click into Violet Voss. Let's see if she's got anything else that I really need. I have looked at this for a long time, the Bright Vibes Neon. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the cart because I've looked at that multiple times. I don't know why I haven't bought it. Oh, this is one of the new minis, I think. The Sweet Violet. I forget that I can't hover when I'm doing the quick look. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the basket as well. I think that's cute. So we're at 822. Okay. Oh, anything else from Violet Voss? Nope. Not do anything for me. But that did remind me, I do want to look at Huda Beauty. I saw they recommended a Huda palette when I did one of those. Because you know what palette I look at and sort of drool over, and I know that I'm never going to purchase it on my own? The Mercury Retrograde. The Mercury Retrograde. I I think this is so beautiful. I know that there's a lot of neutrals, and I know that I'm turning myself into a liar where I always say, like, neutrals, I don't need them, I don't want them. But somehow I want this one, and I think it's beautiful with that plastic packaging and that gorgeous cover. I think it's so pretty. And $67? Are you shitting me? Are you literally shitting me? Are you shitting on my face? This is going in a weird direction. I don't care. I'm adding it to my basket. $889. Oh my God. Okay. We got to keep going. We've got about $111. I don't know why. When I see this, I do not for even half a second want that bronzer. But there's something about it that when I see it, it looks like it's made out of chocolate and I want to eat it. So I don't want to own it because I would be ordering it because it looks like chocolate. I should just go buy some fucking chocolate. $111. What do we have? What other brands? So makeup. I suppose we could just look through eye palettes because we didn't. Oh, blush. Let's just look through blush. I have been loving my blush journey. I could get another Hourglass blush. I bought an Hourglass blush, and here's my problem with Hourglass. Besides the fact that they seem to awkward, low-key hate black people, but there's too much. I love the idea of like a blush color with some of this like brightening pigment, that you can have that sort of glowy look with your blush. The problem is that the one I bought, so this one I might try because it's like a deep red with that brightening sort of powder. I bought one, I think I got, let's see, Radiant Magenta, Luminous Flash. I got this one, Incandescent Electra, and I feel like I get no color from it. I feel like I just get this sort of brightness. It's just like a highlighting powder. And so this adds a little bit of tint to the highlighter, but I feel like I don't get a real like blushy effect. So it's very subtle, and that's probably what they're going for. They're not making makeup for trash queens like me. But I'm gonna try this one and see if I mean, I say it like I'm really going to try it. I'm not actually trying. Maybe at some point I will buy this. If I did buy another one of these blushes, this is the one I would be most likely. I need to stop talking about this shit like I'm actually going to get it because you don't have $1,000, ma'am, to just spend at Sephora. We're spending somebody else's imaginary money, remember? So we're at $929. So we have $71 to go. Now, I don't know if there's rules to this. I don't know who made it up. I just remember seeing it around. I am not going to count tax. So I just have to be, and I'm going to give myself like a $5 window. So I have to get between $9.95 and $1,005. And then we'll just pretend that my generous benefactor would also pay for tax and then take care of it that way. All right, so, ooh, Rare Beauty. Let's go to this. I haven't really looked at much from Rare Beauty. There's something about it that just, it strikes me as the new version of like no makeup or whatever. And I am not that bitch. I am not a no makeup kind of chick, you know what I'm saying? Liquid blush, liquid eyeshadow, glossy lip balm, brightening concealer, highlight, matte cream lipstick. Oh, I thought it had the little like anal bead top. I guess not. I'm so classy. I don't. Oh, okay. Now I'm really bored. Well, okay, we're not going to check for that then. Let's see. Where else can we go? Let's go back to the brand index. Oh, you know what? Let's check out Melt Cosmetics. I have a lot of Melt, but I'm sure they have some things that I haven't. I am tempted. Everybody panned the shit out of this palette. Everybody said that this is terrible. But since this is not my money, I mean, that would be the time to get it, right? Is when somebody else is paying for it. Because I want to believe that those greens would be beautiful, that like I somehow could be the Melt Cosmetics eyeshadow whisperer and just make them work because that is so pretty. That super bright, swampy acid green. Ugh. I really kind of want the baby girl stack, but I am crossing my fingers and my toes and everything that they're going to do this as a palette because all the palettes that they've done that were stacks that then they re-released, like the She's In Party is great. I have a review coming soon to janessaj.com where I review the Blueprint collection. The Blueprint palette is beautiful. The Radioactive was okay. It wasn't too bad. I love it. So I would buy this, but I'm secretly holding out hope that they're going to put that out as a palette. But I don't have this blush. I have two of them and I love them, but I don't have Queen Bee. Let's go ahead and add that. Okay, we're at 968. Oh, let's see. Is this going to take us over? Oh, I bet it will, because I love this Genesis shade. So let's add to the basket. We're at $1,007. So I'm always giving myself rules and then I'm like getting mad and like sticking to them. I made this rule 1,007, that's good enough. If my mysterious benefactor won't throw in an extra $7, then you know what? I'll take care of that myself. So we're gonna call this good. So I'm gonna go in and review the cart, but before we do that, I want to do a little bit more shameless self-promotion of my website, janessaj.com. So this is my little labor of love that I have been working on since 2012. So it's been quite a while. It's coming up on, this is our 9th year. I can't believe it. And it's a lot of fun. And so as you come here, if you hover over this picture that was taken by Brooklyn Ewing from Dirt Candy Productions, it will give you the little menu will pop down. This is mobile friendly. This little menu fits beautifully on mobile. Depending on your display size, sometimes this works better on mobile than it does on a computer. But you can see we've got a little home space. The news feed will take you to all of the most recent posts. And let's be real, the most recent posts are almost always going to be makeup posts as well. At the World of Champagne, a Monday is always Makeup Monday. I really loved the blogs, but I just haven't done one for a while. So here you can see every year in August, which is the anniversary of my site, I always write a letter from the editor just to kind of talk about what we did in the last year and what we're doing next year and the year to come. There are all of my photo galleries that you can check out with beautiful photography from Brooklyn Ewing, from Photos by Breeze, and Miranda Rowan. I like this display. Instead of just having the text display, for the photo galleries, you get a little preview of what's in it, and then you can hover over it, and that'll tell you what the gallery is. And of course, we have our lifestyle section, which has all of my makeup reviews, my Face Friday posts, and some oddballs here and there. You never know what's going to pop up. And if you're ever interested in checking out what I've reviewed on my website, one thing that I've added that I really feel strongly about that I love having on the site is down here, the World of Champagne Archives. This is where you can find the lifestyle section and A to Z brand index. And the reason why I want to point this out is because if you're ever shopping around and you're wondering if I've got a review about a specific brand or a specific product, you can come here to the brand index. And then we get into the alphabetical brand index. And that's exactly what it sounds like. I just have, for every letter of the alphabet, we come down and I list the brands in alphabetical order. And then any reviews that I have of that brand will be under that header. And the newest review will always be on top, and you can see all the way down to my oldest review. So that's my website, my labor of love, my baby, the World of Champagne at janessaj.com. So when I'm talking about it in videos and always shamelessly trying to get you to come visit it, here it is, and that's what it looks like. That's what you'll find there if you decide to check it out, and I hope you do. So here we are back at the Sephora website. We are in the shopping cart and we're just going to go through and review what I would buy if I had just an extra $1,000 from some mysterious benefactor, some mysterious person, some suitor trying to woo me with beautiful cosmetics. And of course, we started off with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Luminous Matte Foundation. And I wear the shade Cheesecake and I ordered two of those And keeping it in that foundation place, I also picked up some Urban Decay All Nighter in the shade 3.5. And then we moved into some Natasha Denona. And I picked up the Mini Zendo eyeshadow palette. That's one that I'll probably pick up on my own as well, but we added that here, as well as the Trio Chrome eyeshadow palette. That's one that if I see it at 50% off, it may end up in my cart at some point, but at the current price, it's just not going to happen. And then, of course, I did add one of those Pat McGrath Mothership palettes. I got the number 2, the Sublime, with that gorgeous green glitter special shade. I know I've talked on and on about special shades. I'll link that video again for you in case you missed my rant. But I added one in here. You know what? If it's free money, let's go ahead and do it, but not on my coin, sister. And then we got into some fragrance, and I got some of my favorites, like the Chanel number 5. I adore Chanel number 5. It's one of my absolute favorites. And Addict by Dior is my number 1 fragrance of all time. And of course, I love the original Poison by Dior as well. And then we picked up a couple Violet Voss bright palettes. I got the Neons and the Sweet Violet mini palette. And then, of course, Huda Beauty. I had to pick up that one. That's one that I don't imagine that I will ever buy at full price. It's so beautiful, and I just think it's lovely. Again, that's another one that if I see it for half off, it may end up in my cart. And then I got some blushes. We got the Hourglass in At Night. We got the Melt Cosmetics, the third duo that I don't have yet, and the Digital Dust highlighter from Melt in the shade Genesis. That is what I would pick up. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my choices. Did I spend my free money wisely? Did I make good choices? Is there something you think I absolutely should have checked out? Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you. While you're down there, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. It's engagement either way, and the algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. While you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you'll get notified of all future uploads. I upload at least one video a week, usually on Tuesdays, and occasionally, like this video, I sometimes have a bonus video for you. Ooh, sexy. If you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, you can find all of my socials linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website, The World of Champagne at JanessaJ.com. Thank you so much for watching. I love and appreciate all of you, and until I see you again, bye.